Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. This is a video I thought I wouldn't have to make, but I'm sure we would enjoy it. It's like, well, some little bonus content. So, the machine that we're going to be dealing with today is actually our computer that we use at home. Not my personal machine, but myself and my parents, our machine. An HP ProDesk 600 G1. So here are the specs. It has an i5-4590, I believe it's 4 cores, 8 threads, a 500GB Seagate hard drive, 8 gigs of RAM, an AMD Radeon HD 4300-4500 GPU, and it's running Windows 10 Pro. So the problem is, this machine has ran perfectly fine for a little while, and guess what? Today, after my mother was done using this monitor because she uses this monitor for work, this computer booted into this error. So it says non-system disk or disk error, replace or strike any key when ready. So, firstly, the problem that we were having here is it tries to boot into the PXE. Basically, it's kind of like the network booting thing on here, because this is technically an office PC, and it doesn't detect the hard drive. So, you know what time it is? We gotta do some good old troubleshooting. So, if you're ready, then let's join us. So now, firstly, in our bag of tricks to fix this machine, we're gonna start by disabling PXE. So it's quite easy. You would just reboot it, and then we have to go into F10, basically, which will be pretty nice. F10, there we go. It is going to beep at us a couple times because the motherboard battery did die. So now we need to go into, I believe, boot options, advanced. It tells me to go to boot options, so we have to disable like the IPv4 stuff. So now network boot on this thing is disabled. Let's accept this and press F10. Let's now file, save changes, and exit, and let's see if this even boots into Windows. So, if not, then we're going to have to probably go to Plan B, which is basically replacing the motherboard battery. I have extras in the closet, so let's see if we get an HP splash screen at least. There we go, HP. So, let's see if it even boots into Windows, or if not, and it just starts looking for the PXE boot. Well, unfortunately, no Windows, sadly. So, I think, unfortunately, we may have a failing hard drive on this system, because it first tries to boot from the CD-ROM, then it tries to boot from the hard drive, then it crashes. So you know what that means? I think we're actually going to have to steal the SSD from the other machine. Well, we're going to do that right now. Well, now it's time for Plan B. So we're going to have to basically disable legacy boot if it's even enabled. Then Plan C is going to be basically, we're going to have to run startup repair on this machine using my Windows 10 USB. Then, you know what the Plan D is? The nuclear option, which is basically it's completely backing up whatever files remain on this hard drive to an SSD, because thankfully this was backed up to this is being backed up to OneDrive. Now, looks like we have a different Plan C now. I think we're going to be running HP diagnostics on this thing. So, hopefully it checks out okay, because now you have to tap F2 to get into HP diagnostics on here. So, we're going to tap F2. Oh, there we go, HP diagnostics. And if not, you know what? I think I might have to literally do another build. So, let's go into, I believe, hard drive check. Let's see. Hopefully it checks out okay. I think we should run quick check, starting hard drive check. So I'll see you guys once this quick check is finally done. So it checked out perfectly fine on HP hardware diagnostics. So we're gonna run the extensive check to see if there's any errors with this machine. It's gonna take a little while, so, well, we're gonna see you guys once it's finally done. Well, the hard drive test did check out, so now it's time for, I think, Plan D. So you know what that means? Automatic repair on Windows. So I have a Windows 10 bootable USB hooked up. So we're just going to go back to the main menu. We're going to exit out of here, and we're gonna boot into the Windows 10 bootable USB. So, oh my goodness. Is it booting into Windows? I'm not sure if it's my bootable USB or if it's miraculously booting off the hard drive. If this fixed it, that will be absolutely insane. This is wild. I'm getting a numlock light right now. it's either trying to boot it off the hard drive after miraculously fixing it, or it's trying to boot off my bootable USB. So this is basically kind of like playing gambling right now. So we'll see what it finally boots into. Okay, so for whatever reason, it miraculously fixed itself, but it is running insanely slow. So we're going to see if this system just needs to quote-unquote warm up after repairing the hard drive. Because if not, we might have to do an SSD swap on this thing. And it's already late enough, it's like 9 p.m. right now. So I think we might have to just throw in the towel for day one. Well, the good news is, after booted into Windows, it successfully runs, which is good. It's nice and responsive, right click works. So basically what happened, what I had to do is I had to literally let the computer quote unquote warm up the hard drive beforehand. So we don't even need an SSD upgrade. I have no idea why basically that hard drive diagnostic fixed the entire thing. Well, we're just going to call it for there. Thank you so much for watching this bonus video. Please like, watch, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.